We're back with our 1st District Congressman Joe Cunningham. Joe, coming forward, when you get back to work, there's a bill sitting there waiting to be moved through that has really been very, very important to you. Tell us about the offshore drilling.
Yeah, so we're excited to be leading this charge here in the Low Country. You know, out of all the people across this country who introduced various bills to ban offshore drilling, I think it's important to know that the Low Country, the 1st District, our bill is the one that's leading the charge. That's the bill that's going to be brought to the House for. I was happy to usher that bill through the Natural Resources Committee, get it out of committee, and then the second week in September, when we're back up there, it's going to be brought to the House for a vote, and it's going to pass the House. And I'm extremely proud that we've taken that message, of conservation and protecting our natural resources and beaches, and taking that to the halls of Congress, and actually going to pass the bill that relates to it.
All right, so you get it through the House. A lot of bills have gotten through the House. Then you're going to hit the stone wall, aren't you? Or are you? Are you seeing some support there?
I think that what we've seen in the past several months is that this has become a nonpartisan issue, that folks realize that, you know, there are no places on the beach for Democrats or Republicans or independents, that we, you know, this is all of our environment and we're all sharing it. So we all have to act together to protect it as well. And I hope that Senator Lindsey Graham and Senator Tim Scott will listen to their constituents and give their voice some action up there, because this is like I said, it's got
even Governor McMaster's behind.
And I applaud Governor McMaster's stance on this issue, and even the Attorney General Alan Wilson was the first Republican to join the federal lawsuits against seismic testing and offshore drilling. So again, this goes back to, this is not a my versus yours or Democrat versus Republican. We're all in this together, and I think we all need to act together.
Are you having fun? I used to ask this to all the coaches I used to interview back in the day. Are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I do feel like we are getting a lot of things done that may not make it onto your mainstream media.
Tell me a story. Tell me a bipartisan story. You're a part of the Problem Solvers Caucus. Tell me a story of something that's coming out of that. Where there's actually
I mean, the Problem Solvers Caucus went to basically help elevate the supplemental funding at the bill, which I'm sorry, at the border, that passed a few weeks ago. That some colleagues in my caucus did not feel like it went far enough. The bill got 80 votes plus in the Senate, and so it was obviously a bipartisan effort. And Problem Solvers Caucus stepped forward and said, we need to get a vote on this, and their voice was listened to. And it's just, I think it's just that sentiment of a place where Democrats and Republicans come together and say, hey, we may not agree on everything, but that doesn't mean that we can't work together on anything.
Is leadership of both parties starting to take that into consideration now?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy come to a meeting a couple weeks back, and so we have a long list of speakers that come into our meetings to address Democrats and Republicans, and I think that at the end of the day, that's what people want, just folks working together, and that is a promise that I made to people here in the Low Country, and it's one that I'm honoring, and that's why I'm proud to be on so many bills that have bipartisan support.
That's a good way to end it. Again, thanks so much for coming down and visiting. And
of course.
Don't be a stranger. Come down and see us again, all right?
No, we'll be back more and more, too. I appreciate it.
All right, Congressman Joe Cunningham. Back to you, Betsy.